Greetings everyone. Welcome to the Pep Talk. This is Sibi Satyan. PEP is an acronym of people, ethnicity or earth, politics and philosophy, the variety of subjects we discuss here. This channel needs the support of every one of you, so I request everyone to subscribe and share and to mention your responses as well. Let's make it a great place for discourses. We are going to begin with the Goa elections and the interesting politics there. The polling is over and everyone is waiting for the results. I was traveling across Goa in the last 1 week and this episode contains those experiences and the analysis of the same. Defection. Defection is an art in Goan politics. Who will win Goa doesn't matter. Who will rule Goa matters. That is a summary of Goan politics. MLAs take up the party of their choices after winning the election if there is an opportunity. During the tenure of last assembly, Goa witnessed the most shameful chapter in the history of Indian democracy. After 2017 elections, the ruling party BJP got just 13 seats out of the total 40. The main opposition party, Indian National Congress, got 17 seats. The rest of the seats were divided amongst the small parties and the independents. It was an easy opportunity for the Congress to grab the power if they had ensured the support of just 4 more MLAs. But Indian National Congress had to resolve bigger problems such as who would become the CM, and they lost almost 2 days over this row. By the time BJP started the strategic moves including horsetrading and brought many into their fold and claimed the power. Vishwajit Rane fired the first salvo. He is the son of the 6th-time Congress Chief Minister Mr. Pratap Singh Rane. Vishwajit blamed the Congress High Command for the delay in taking necessary action to ensure the power and resigned the MLA post even before attending the assembly. And in hours, he joined the BJP and became a minister in the Manohar Parrikar government. It was a clear indication for many others. Anyway, after 2 years, 10 Congress MLAs together defected and joined the BJP. Interestingly, by the end of the tenure of the assembly, Congress had only 2 MLAs on its side instead of the 17 it had. The 2 MLAs were former Chief Ministers Pratap Singh Rane and Digambar Kamath. The total defection in Goan Assembly during the last 5 years stands at 24. It means 60% of the legislatures defected in a 40-member assembly. What a shame, what a shameful chapter in the history of Indian democracy. According to a report by the Association of Democratic Reforms, this was a unique situation in India's democracy. Such a thing never happened before. And interestingly, Vishwajit Rane was not included in this 24 because he resigned in the beginning and was re-elected later in the BJP ticket. If we add that also, then it's 25. Small parties such as Maharashtra Gomandak Party and Goa Forward Party Extra were also soloed by the BJP. Defections again came to the peak when the election was approaching. 2 Congress MLAs defected to the Trinamool Congress Party by a clever ploy by Prashant Kishore, the strategic man of Trinamool Congress Chief Mamata Banerjee. The lone MLA of NCP, Churchill Alemao, also joined with the team of Mamata Banerjee. BJP also lost 4 MLAs. 1 MLA joined with the Aam Aadmi Party, 2 BJP MLAs joined with the Congress, and the last one joined with the Maharashtra Gomandak Party. And then there is the interesting story of Reginaldo Lorenzo, the Congress working president. He defected to TMC despite his name was declared in the first list of Congress candidates. But later he tried to come back to the Congress. But Congress said no to him and he is now in Trishangu and contesting as an independent. Realizing that no values of democracy can save them from the series of defections, Congress is now busy with taking these candidates to the temples and churches, etc., to take oaths that they will not switch sides after the elections. What a joke. As I said earlier, defection is an art in Goan politics. One of the best examples we have is Mr. Churchill Alemao. He was the 19 days Chief Minister of Goa in the past and known for founding the Churchill Brothers Football Club. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 8 political party changes are there in his name, Churchill Alemao. In most of the constituencies, the election scene is very interesting. Let's take the example of Vasco. In 2017, the then BJP candidate Carlos Almeida defeated Krishna Salkar of Congress. This time, Almeida defected to Congress and contesting under its flag, and it would be interesting to see who the opponent is. It is the same Krishna Salkar who defected to BJP from Congress and now contesting under the lotus symbol. This is not just the story of Vasco. It is a story of many other constituencies. It is like a boxing ring where the same opponent switching sides as the fight progresses. Because of the Portugal influence on its culture, many think that Goa is a Christian majority state. But almost 66% of the population belongs to the Hindu community and 25% belongs to the Christian community. This state is smaller than Thane district in Maharashtra and have just 1/5 of its population, around 16 lakhs as compared to the 80 plus lakhs population in Thane. When an average assembly constituency in India has around 1 to 2 lakhs of voters, Goa has around 20,000 to 35,000 voters only in a constituency. This means the local satraps have a stronghold in every constituency and they get their piece of votes irrespective of the party they belong at the time of the elections. This situation fuels defection and makes it easier too. But there is an interesting thing I should not forget to mention. The election in Goa is not a carnival, but a very calm one, similar to some of the European countries. There were not many flags, not many posters, no big rallies or meetings. We can see only small corner meetings and house-to-house campaigns. Actually, this is a model that can be emulated all over the country so that we can reduce the expenses of an election. There are a few game changers in this election in Goa, but let's take two of them who might be holding the reins for this time. The first one is Vishwajit Rane, who started the game of defections 5 years ago. He came to the electoral politics in 2007 as an independent when he was denied a Congress ticket citing family politics guidelines. He won and became a minister in the Congress-led alliance government. In 2010, he resigned and contested in a Congress ticket to prove his loyalty to the party. He continued his undefeated stint in Congress until 2017 when he defected to the BJP. He resigned from Congress and joined as a minister in the Parrikar-led government. He contested in the by-election as a BJP candidate and won. This time, he fielded his wife Dr. Divya Rana in the BJP ticket against his own father. This made the senior Rane to withdraw from the electoral politics and the Congress had to find a last-minute candidate. If BJP gets majority in this election, Vishwajit Rane will be a strong contender for the top post, and if they don't, he will call the shots to reach the majority, which will make him a sure shot for the Chief Minister chair. Another game changer is Michael Lobo, the Catholic face of BJP at one point of time. He was handheld by none other than Manohar Parrikar. He defected recently to Congress to ensure a seat for his wife Dalaila. He and his wife are the richest candidates contesting in this election. Lobo, who started his life from a very humble background as a waiter who was washing dishes, now runs one of the biggest business empires in and around Kalangute, the famous beach of Goa. He holds considerable strength in around 7 constituencies. He is also targeting the chief ministerial post if Congress wins majority or a few seats short of that. He will be calling the shots from the Congress side if he continues with the party. The one man Goan politics missing this time is none other than Manohar Parrikar. His son Utpal, who was denied a BJP ticket from his father's constituency, is contesting as an independent. It will be interesting to see if the son can continue the legacy of his father. Anyway, the story of Goa will continue. You can expect a second part of this series soon. Stay tuned. Sibi Satyan signing off.